of glamour, ambition, and reinvention comes to an unexpected end, the world pauses to reflect. For Ivanka Trump, this happened in July 2022. Her death shocked many, not just because it was sudden, but also because of the extraordinary life she led. A life full of dramatic successes, personal victories, and public attention. As friends and family gathered to honor her memory, her funeral turned into a moment of reflection and surprise when an unexpected guest arrived, sparking whispers and questions. To understand Ivanka's journey, we must explore her transformation from a small-town girl in Czechoslovakia to a global symbol of resilience, elegance, and strength. Early life, humble beginnings. Ivana Marie Zelníková was born on February 20, 1949, in Gottwaldov, now Zlín, Czechoslovakia. Her early years were a stark contrast to the luxurious life she later embraced. She grew up in an industrial town shaped by the austerity of post-war Eastern Europe. Her father, Milos, was an electrical engineer who taught her the value of hard work, while her mother Marie balanced a job as a telephone operator with raising their spirited daughter. Even as a young girl, Ivana stood out. By age 4, she was skiing with remarkable skill. Her father recognized her talent and became her first coach. Skiing wasn't just a sport for Ivana, it became her escape and a way to dream beyond the iron borders of her homeland. By her teenage years, she was competing on the junior national ski team, which allowed her rare opportunities to travel outside the restrictive communist regime. Education and ambition. Ivana's academic journey was as impressive as her athletic achievements. She enrolled at Charles University in Prague, where she pursued a master's degree in physical education. Graduating in 1972, she combined her love of sports with rigorous academics. However, her ambitions went beyond academia and sports. In 1970, she appeared on a children's television program, showcasing her charm and grace in front of the camera, a glimpse of her future as a public figure. But life in Czechoslovakia felt stifling. In 1971, Ivana married Alfred Winkel, an Austrian ski instructor. Their marriage was not born of love but strategy. It allowed her to gain Austrian citizenship, giving her the freedom to travel. Unlike defectors, Ivana's carefully planned transition meant she could still visit her family without risking repercussions. By 1972, the marriage had ended, and Ivana was ready to start anew. Reinvention in Canada. Ivana moved to Canada in the early 1970s, beginning her next chapter in Montreal. She wore many hats: ski instructor, model, and English student. The bustling city was a stark contrast to her quiet hometown, but Ivana embraced its energy with determination. She worked tirelessly, appearing in advertisements, runway shows, and even landing a modeling assignment for the 1976 Summer Olympics. Her personal life in Canada was also eventful. She reunited with George Sirovatka, a man she had known since her teenage years in Czechoslovakia. Tragically, their relationship ended when George died in a car accident. Despite this heartbreak, Ivana's resilience shone through. Her time in Montreal helped her refine the confidence and poise that would later define her. A new life in New York. In 1976, Ivana moved to New York City, a place that would change her life forever. During a modeling assignment, she met Donald Trump, a bold and ambitious real estate developer. Their meeting marked the beginning of a partnership that would bring both love and media attention. They married in 1977 and quickly became one of New York's most glamorous power couples. Ivana played a pivotal role in Donald Trump's business ventures. She managed iconic properties like the Plaza Hotel and was instrumental in branding the Trump name. The couple's marriage, however, was as tumultuous as it was high profile. They divorced in 1992 after a very public split. But Ivana emerged stronger, using her experience to build her own brand. Life after Trump. Ivana's life post-divorce was marked by reinvention. She wrote books, launched fashion and beauty lines, and continued to live a life of luxury. Despite the ups and downs, she remained close to her children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, all of whom inherited her drive and work ethic. In her later years, Ivana lived more quietly, though her presence was still felt in social circles. Her sudden death on July 14, 2022, shocked the world. She was found at the bottom of her staircase in her New York townhouse, the result of a fatal fall. Her passing marked the end of an era for a woman whose name was synonymous with resilience and ambition, a farewell and a surprising guest. Ivana's funeral on July 20, 2022, was held at St. Vincent Ferrer Roman Catholic Church in New York City. The service was attended by her children, ex-husband Donald Trump, former First Lady Melania Trump, and their son Barron. The crowd included high-profile figures from society's elite. Yet, amidst the familiar faces, one unexpected guest caused a stir. The identity and presence of this individual sparked conversations, highlighting the lasting impact Ivana had on those who knew her. Legacy of a trailblazer. Ivana Trump's story is one of ambition, reinvention, and perseverance. From her humble beginnings in Czechoslovakia to her rise as a global icon, she exemplified the power of determination. Whether on the ski slopes, in the boardroom, or under the media spotlight, Ivana faced every challenge with grace and tenacity. Her legacy lives on through her children and the countless lives she inspired along the way. Ivana's journey reminds us that life's challenges, no matter how daunting, can be overcome with resilience and hard work. Her story is a testament to the power of reinvention and the enduring impact of a life well lived. When a life full of glamour, ambition, and constant reinvention comes to an end, it leaves behind stories that captivate and inspire. For Ivana Trump, her journey from a small-town girl in Czechoslovakia to a global icon was nothing short of extraordinary. Her passing in July 2022 shocked many, not just because it was so sudden, but because of the remarkable legacy she left behind. Ivana Trump was a woman who lived life on her own terms. Born Ivana Marie Zelníková on February 20, 1949, in Gottwaldov, Czechoslovakia, she grew up in a modest industrial town. Her father Milos, an engineer, and her mother Marie, a telephone operator, taught her the value of hard work and resilience. Ivana's talent stood out early, especially in skiing. By the time she was a teenager, she had joined her country's junior national ski team, a feat that allowed her rare opportunities to travel outside the restrictive borders of her homeland. Education was equally important to Ivana. She graduated from Charles University in Prague with a master's degree in physical education, blending her love for sports with academic achievements. But life under Soviet rule was stifling, and Ivana dreamed of more. In 1971, she married an Austrian ski instructor, Alfred Winkelmeyer, not for love, but to gain Austrian citizenship, which gave her the freedom to leave Czechoslovakia. By 1972, the marriage had ended, and Ivana moved to Canada. In Montreal, Ivana began a new chapter. She worked as a ski instructor and model while learning English through night classes. She even modeled for the 1976 Summer Olympics. It was in Canada where she met George Siravatka, a man she had known in her youth. Their relationship provided comfort and familiarity in a foreign land, but tragedy struck when George died in a car accident. Heartbroken, Ivana pressed forward, determined to build a future. In 1976, Ivana's modeling work took her to New York City to promote the Montreal Olympics. This brief trip turned out to be life-changing. It was there she met Donald Trump, a bold and ambitious real estate developer. Though she was initially hesitant, Donald's persistence and grand gestures eventually won her over. The two married on April 7, 1977, in a lavish ceremony, marking the start of a partnership that would shape both their lives and careers. Ivana quickly became an integral part of Donald's business ventures. She played a significant role in major projects like the renovation of the Commodore Hotel, transforming it into the Grand Hyatt. She also managed operations at the Plaza Hotel, where her leadership turned it into one of New York's most iconic landmarks. Alongside her business achievements, Ivana raised their three children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, instilling in them the discipline and drive that defined her. However, life in the public eye wasn't without challenges. By the late 1980s, cracks in their marriage began to show, exacerbated by media scrutiny and Donald's affair with Marla Maples. Their divorce in 1992 was one of the most publicized of its time, but Ivana emerged from it as a symbol of strength. She secured a significant settlement and used it to launch her own ventures, including clothing and jewelry lines. She also authored books like The Best Is Yet to Come, sharing her wisdom and resilience. Ivana's personal life after Donald included high-profile relationships and marriages, but none lasted long. She married Riccardo Mazzucchelli, an Italian entrepreneur, in 1995, but they divorced 2 years later. She later found companionship with Count Raffaello Gaetani, an Italian aristocrat, but his tragic death in 2005 marked another loss. Her final significant relationship was with Italian actor Rossano Rubaconde, whom she married in 2008. Though their marriage ended quickly, they maintained a close bond until his death in 2021. In her later years, Ivana lived a quieter life, especially after health issues slowed her down. Her opulent New York townhouse became her sanctuary, filled with memories of her remarkable journey. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic further isolated her, as she chose to stay home to avoid the virus. On July 14, 2022, Ivana's life came to a sudden and tragic end. She was found at the bottom of her townhouse staircase, having suffered a fatal fall. Her death shocked her family, friends, and admirers worldwide. On July 20, her funeral was held at St. Vincent Ferrer Roman Catholic Church, where her children, former husband Donald Trump, and other loved ones gathered to bid her farewell. Among the mourners, one unexpected guest caught everyone's attention, sparking conversations about Ivana's extraordinary life and legacy. Despite the ups and downs, Ivana Trump will always be remembered as a woman of strength, elegance, and determination. Her story is one of reinvention, resilience, and the pursuit of greatness, a legacy that continues to inspire. Despite all the people who had shaped her life, Ivana Trump carried a deep sense of loneliness in her later years. Her retreat from the world was marked by the loss of Rossano, her former partner, and the physical limitations caused by her health issues. These challenges created a reality that even her strong spirit couldn't completely overcome. As the world adjusted to the pandemic, Ivana's life became much quieter. Once a lively socialite who graced charity events and glamorous dinners, she now rarely left her cherished townhouse. Over the years, her health had declined, especially her hip, which often reminded her of her adventurous skiing days. Although she stayed connected to her children and close friends, the isolation brought on by her health and fear of COVID-19 significantly changed her lifestyle. Inside her Upper East Side townhouse, Ivana found comfort in familiar surroundings. Her home, adorned with lavish decorations and souvenirs from her travels, became her sanctuary. Friends and family often noted how she loved sharing stories about her childhood in Czechoslovakia, her modeling career, and the whirlwind romance that led her into the Trump family. Yet, behind her lively tales was an underlying sadness. She quietly mourned the loved ones she had outlived and the vibrant world she once thrived in. One of the most significant losses in her later years was Rossano Rubaconde, her on-again, off-again partner who passed away suddenly in 2021 at just 49. Although their romantic relationship had ended, they remained close friends. His death deeply affected her, leaving a void that compounded the emotional weight of earlier losses. Despite these challenges, Ivana's resilience showed in small but meaningful ways. She continued to take great pride in her children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, whom she considered her greatest achievements. She often spoke of their accomplishments with pride, emphasizing the values she had instilled in them: discipline, ambition, and determination. However, her relationship with them wasn't without its difficulties. Her candid nature and strong opinions sometimes caused tension, but her honesty was ultimately respected and admired by her children, a testament to their deep bond. In her final years, Ivana reflected on her life without regret. She had experienced incredible highs and lows, from building a family dynasty to facing public scandals. Each chapter of her life taught her lessons she wore proudly. She often described herself as a survivor, someone who faced challenges head-on and came out stronger. However, even someone as strong as Ivana had vulnerable moments. Close friends noticed how isolation during the lockdowns weighed on her. She missed the lively gatherings she once hosted, and though she kept a dignified appearance, those closest to her saw glimpses of her hidden loneliness. She then became focused on getting well, But tragedy struck on July 14, 2022, when Ivana passed away in her beloved townhouse after a fall down her steep staircase, a feature that had long worried friends. The news of her death sent shockwaves worldwide. Tributes poured in, celebrating the life of a woman who overcame countless obstacles and left a lasting impression on everyone she met. Her funeral on July 20, 2022, held at St. Vincent Ferrer Roman Catholic Church in Manhattan, was a grand yet intimate affair. The church was filled with flowers and a quiet reverence. Her 3 children delivered heartfelt eulogies, sharing stories of her strength, wit, and love. Former President Donald Trump attended with Melania Trump and their son Barron, paying his respects to the woman who had once been his partner in life and business. An unexpected guest at the service was Vanessa Trump, the ex-wife of Donald Jr. Despite her divorce from the family, Vanessa's presence symbolized respect for Ivana as the grandmother of her children. Her quiet attendance highlighted the complicated yet enduring connections Ivana had fostered. The service ended with a moment of silence, and Ivana's casket was carried out in a solemn procession. She was laid to rest at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. This private burial site, surrounded by rolling hills, became her final resting place, intertwining her legacy with the family she had helped shape. In the weeks after her passing, the world reflected on Ivana's extraordinary life. Media outlets revisited her journey, from her bold escape from Czechoslovakia to her glamorous rise in New York society and her influence on her children. Her story of resilience and reinvention inspired many. Her children, while grieving, continued to honor her memory, ensuring her lessons and spirit remained a guiding force in their lives. Ivana Trump's legacy goes beyond her role in the Trump family. She remains an example of determination, a woman who built a life of success through hard work and ambition. Her journey serves as a reminder that life is not just about surviving, but thriving, no matter the circumstances. Her unforgettable story continues to inspire all who knew and admired her.